This year, 2015, the full moon of the Guru falls on July 30th. And those of you who have been following me know that the full moon of the Guru is the most important time period for spiritual initiation. Why? Because it's the day that all the ascended masters they come to the earth plane everywhere in the world. In India, it's a big event because it's the land of the gurus and land of yogis. So they just look forward to this one particular night in order to uh, charge their spirituality. And because of the descending of this of the ascended masters into this earth plane. I decided that I will be here. I will go this year to Mount Shasta. I've been there several times myself, and that's one place that is completely alive with the spiritual energy. The mountain itself is a vortex. Underneath, there is a race of people who just escaped from Lemuria, and they are living there, and they are called the Telosians, a subterranean civilization. They are very much wanting to come out and help the human beings to attain a light body, a body that will not be corrupt or subjected to disease or pain, but they can come now. Because when they come out from their subterranean civilization, the earth plane will not sustain their body because this earth plane vibrates at a different level, at a very gross level. So they are expecting the right time when they could come and then help the human race. And they also need the human beings. It's a long story, the way they need the human beings. I'm not going to go into that. So what I'm planning to do during this Guru Purnima retreat is to provide an opportunity for you to stay for a long time, 3 hours in a row, in samadhi. Samadhi is focus. It's not just losing your consciousness, but gaining super consciousness. It will take in the first hour, you will be struggling, and then the second and third hour, you will be able to get into that state wherein you will be able to acquire the highest intelligence possible for the human beings. So I have, besides this, what I call Samadhi Sleep Retreat, which I introduced at the beginning of the year with my birthday. There were 21 people in India, 21 days program, and people were staying with me for the 21 days. And it was the best program that I ever did because I never commit myself for such a long time, but I did, but I'm happy that I did. So part of the program will be available for these retreat people, and part of it is I have a special agenda, and that is very important for people to live the now, because it is a fallacy and a wrong concept to create time. We create time consciously and unconsciously, and that has to stop. If we don't create time, then things will happen, whether it is money, whether it is health, whether it is relationship. All of them will happen in the now. And this is not a new concept. People have been talking about the now. There have been books written, but what is missing is nobody teaches how to stay in the now. It is not just an intellectual concept. It is a deep experience of timelessness. So I'm going to divide this being in the now into three sections, which I call as nowizing the mind. The mind is different from the body. It is a very subtle organ. It is still called an organ in the Indian tradition. So you have to novize it, means to make the mind to stay in the now. Why in the now? Because now is uh, the power spot. See, for instance, Einstein said that when you vibrate at the speed of light, the time will stop. And that is really now. That is a very scientific description of now. Now is really not a time, it's timelessness. So Einstein's definition comes very handy here. You have to vibrate at the speed of light, then time will stop. You can stop time. Okay, that is really being in the now. And we are not there yet, but we have to get there. But what I'm going to do in that program is the first part is nowizing the mind, which is the mind is time. Without, if there is no mind, there is no time. This is a very long discussion. If I have to explain to you, in the meantime, I want you to read a book called Ending Time by Krishnamurti and David Baum. And then where this is the best book in understanding the now. It's difficult, but then it is very useful. But I'm not just going to stop with Krishnamurti, but also I'm going to bring in techniques from the Siddhas and the Yogis, how to stop the breath. Time, mind, breath are synonymous, and you can stop the breath. You should be able to stop the breath forever, but then it needs a lot of training. But even momentarily stopping the breath will stop the time, and when it is stop the time, you are in the now, and that is nowizing the mind. I will bring other techniques also in nowizing the mind. There is the second component of this nowizing series, which is nowizing the body. The body is just not the physical body as we feel it. The body really starts with, if you go deep into not even beyond the DNA, and the DNA is composed of the nucleotides, and the nucleotides are nitrogen base, and then the phosphate and carbon. So you have to go deep into that, and then only at that time, when you become, more subtle and subtle into matter, then you see the collapse of matter, and then there's timelessness. Then this I call as the nowizing the body, and that will be part of the program. Then nowizing relationship is the third component of the nowizing series, which how can we stay in the now so that we can, if the relationship falls apart, then we can get into the now and create another one, or stay in the now and don't create any problem at all. So, being now is very critical. If we are in the now, all the problems are solved. So the program that I'm going to do in Mount Shasta have two large sections. One is the Samadhi sleep, a sleep in which you have focus, and it's extended meditation, which I plan to be 3 hours, and at least I will start with 2 hours so that to acquaint you with that kind of condition. And that is the one large section. The other one is the section on nowizing the body, nowizing the mind, nowizing relationship. I look forward to teach this retreat, and I want to personally invite you to come and take advantage of this very rare event. The most important thing is the time and space. The time is the full moon of the Guru, where all the Gurus are descending into the earth plane to give initiation. So we are going to invoke the subterranean civilization leaders in Mount Shasta and pray to them and then connect with them. I have had very many conversations with them when whenever I go to Mount Shasta, and then that's the time part of it. The time is the full moon of the Guru, and the place is the mountain itself. It's the vortex. Mount Shasta is the most spiritual place in the American continent. Once again, I extend my personal invitation to you to come and participate in the retreat. God bless.